everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Women's Day Special Chat Show. And the topic for today's chat show is Revolutionizing Beauty and Cosmetics. So, for this particular chat show, we have a very special guest with us. She is the coolest and the Gen Z founder from Gush Beauty, Sheil Jain. Hi, Sheil. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for that introduction. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
So, Sheil, in this particular topic, we'll be talking most of the questions about women technology and how technology is revolutionizing beauty and cosmetic industries, and of course, your brand with it. So,
Perfect. Let's get started.
Sheil, my first question to you is, since the world is moving towards technology, be it artificial intelligence, augmented reality, blockchain, and whatnot. So, how do you keep up with it, and how do you put Gush into the parallel zone of these technologies?
Got it. So, as a digitally native brand, you having a strong tech stack is table stakes, right?
Of
We
course.
constantly need to know what the latest CRM software is, what the latest potential tech integrations that we can make. Because at the end, that really enhances our customer experience, right? We're a beauty brand, which as a category has always been very touch and feel led. But now we have to figure out how do we use existing technology to improve our consumer experience, right? So it could look as simple as you having a very strong CRM software,
Right.
which lets us personalize and really segment and target our consumers and help them decide what their best sort of potential options are in terms of makeup. Or it could look like us using a virtual try on, right, which like basically changes the
Right.
game and makes shopping a lot more easier for beauty online. Now AI is making massive waves in the digitally native brand space. So we have so many options, like something as simple as Chat GPT, right, to generate captions, etc. To like editing tools, reel, like how do you create reels online. So there's just so much happening in the tech space. It's like impossible to keep up. Every day on my LinkedIn there's like a new cool thing that I want to try. But I think to first think about like what will enhance our consumer experience, and having our tech stack be dictated by that is what we aim to do at Gush.
That was lovely. Like keeping up with the technology and yet taking your brand forward, it's the task. But of course, a brand needs to keep up with it. So,
Yeah.
Sheil, the next question is towards the digital era. So, the world has moved towards the digital technology. The businesses have shifted online, then and earning revenue from online businesses is has become, I would say, a staple, and
Hmm.
offline is somewhere taking a back step in certain industries.
Sure.
So, I would like to know your views, like how an e-commerce platform or how e-commerce has helped Gush Beauty and you as an entrepreneur to present your brand.
Right. I think e-commerce changed the game, right? Like if you look at just the brand space 10 years ago, one would need massive investments, technical know-how to even start a brand. Right now, we have so many tools, something as simple as a Shopify. Sourcing is easy. So it has really leveled the playing field. And it allows brands like mine and several others to compete with the likes of Nika, Sugar, etc. Lakme's also of the world, right? So that's the brilliant thing about technology. It's just such a democratizer. Um, yeah. Other than that, I sorry. Yeah. So what it does in terms of businesses, it lets us sell on multiple platforms online, right, without actually making several investments. Um, yeah, so I think that's the main thing that technology does, which is leveling up the playing field, democratizing the industry, and then it's a completely meritocratic space, right? Like let the best brand slash product win. Yeah, does that answer your question? Do you have a follow
Yes,
up?
yes, absolutely. Like it was on point for us. So, Sheil, The next question is, since when we see the arena of beauty and cosmetic industry, it has boomed,
Hmm.
especially in the past 2 years. From the pandemic, we can see a sharp rise in this industry.
Right.
So there's a lot of space for women entrepreneurs over here. A lot of women entrepreneurs have already entered the space, and
Hmm.
a lot more are planning to enter. So, what would
Right.
be your advice to them?
I mean, women entrepreneur or men entrepreneur, the advice would be the same, right? When I started out, I was all of 22. Imposter syndrome was at its peak. And I think that really did hold me back in some ways. So, what I would tell people just starting out is don't think so much about your capabilities and skill sets. Just get started and you'll learn along the way, and feel free to ask for help. You can't do everything. I think very recently I realized that delegation is important and that I can't excel at everything. So getting experts in and specialists in and letting them run certain sections of the business is really important. Another thing about just being a part of a startup, the way you build your team, it's crucial, right? It makes or breaks. Like you can have the best products or the best brand, but if you don't have the best team to push it forward, you can't do it alone. So to hire well and to hire um, entrepreneurs, right? So
Right.
to sort of build that mindset within your team of complete autonomy, ownership is important. Um, I used to be a micromanager and I still am. So I'm trying to just let people breathe a little bit, step away. Um, yeah, and just don't like also to have fun along the way, not take everything so seriously. Like one thing being a startup founder will teach you is how to be resilient, right? Because you fall 5 times, you'll just have to keep getting up. Um, and yeah, so I would just request people to know that this is what the startup journey looks like, where there will be constant failures, heartbreaks, and because the brand is essentially your baby and it's an extension to your identity, um, to it becomes very personal and it becomes very emotional. So just to have that distinction that okay, the brand ends here and I, as a human being, exist here is also something that one must do early on, or at least have those boundaries set up. Um, that would be it.
Right. So, this is just like an impromptu thought that came into my mind. Since
Hmm.
there's a lot of prejudice, or I would say a biased opinion that when a female or a woman entrepreneur enters a particular industry, so people have a lot of thoughts or a lot of so-called opinions in their mind that she's just here for uh, the basic things that come into their mind. So
Hmm.
what's your take on that? How do you deal with those type of criticisms? Not criticisms also, but I would say those kind of preconceived
Implicit
notion.
judgment.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, it's not just people, it's also me, right? And it's also you. We will have these preconceived notions, you can call it, or implicit biases um, in us, and we wouldn't even know.
right.
So I think a lot of unlearning that's required from within first. Um, you can't go ahead and change the world, or you can't undo patriarchy, but I think to first unlearn and undo, or at least be very mindful of
Right.
when you start to think that hey, because I'm a woman or because of my age, um, my like yeah, that it either of those two factors could be a potential disadvantage. Is this something that you first have to undo within yourself? And I think you just start signaling that to everyone else, right?
Of course.
Over time. So I think it's a more internal journey versus an external. Yeah.
Right. It's basically your own confidence and energy that reflects and put a tape on
Yeah.
people's mouth.
Perfect. Exactly.
Yeah. Uh, so moving on to the next question, what empowers you as a woman in to run your own show?
Um, Lots of different things, right? I think one thing I'm very passionate about is also working with a lot of younger women and helping them grow as leaders and
Right.
just teaching them things, learning them things, whatever little I know in my 3 year journey, because I learned everything on the go by myself. So I think ha- creating those entrepreneurs within my organization with younger women is something I'm really, really passionate about. And that's what empowers me, right? And of course, on the days when nothing's going your way, having consumers message me or the brand, talking to them about how Gush is the only beauty brand they use, how it's simplified their lives so much, how excited or how seen they feel, is what keeps me going. I have like this entire photo gallery in my phone with just like screenshots of people saying nice things every time. I'm like, oh God, I can't. I need to take a stress nap. I'll just quickly see those, and it'll just like motivate me. Um, yeah, so just knowing that okay, my team is feeling empowered, my consumers are liking the products, my products are actually solving real problems, is what empowers me and keeps me going.
That was a wonderful thought that you grow and you also help your team grow, especially the core members of your team. So I think we are towards the end of this first round, and we have a very fun special round for you. It's a
Mhm.
rapid fire round, and we have few questions lined up for you. So you need to be very quick for this. So my first
Okay.
question to you is, what do you prefer, online shopping or offline shopping?
Oh, online shopping, hands down.
What would you choose, bold or smart?
Smart.
Nice. What are the three adjectives that define you?
My God, that's hard. Um, Resilient, um,
Quick.
resilient, chirpy, funny, I would say.
Nice. And the final question is, who is your role model?
So many. Emily Weiss, she comes to mind first. She's the
Nice.
founder of Club here. Yeah.
Okay, so we have moved towards the conclusion of our this particular episode, and Sheil, it was wonderful talking to you, having this insightful conversation, knowing about technology, knowing about how it is important for us to support women around us. And having said that, thank you so much for joining us, and happy Women's Day to you, and more power to you.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you. Have a great day.
Likewise.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.